In this tough labor market, it can be especially difficult to find a job, especially if you're over the age of 50. Here with some advice is executive recruiter Kimberly Bishop. Kim, good morning.
Good morning.
So this is sad because as of February, 1.9 million people over 55 were out of a job and looking for full-time work. What advice do you have to them, especially if they're intimidated by the younger applicants?
Well, there's two things. The first one is to just be open and adaptable to change. We have younger workers coming into the marketplace who are used to that, knowing that they'll have different jobs and careers in their lifetime, going through a lot of different changes already. So people over 50 just need to remember to be open to making those changes. But the second thing,
because they'll have a better attitude if they're
absolutely,
okay with all the changes.
It brings confidence and a more comfortable approach to their job search. But one of the most important things is really being open to technology. It's about being updated and not outdated. And while someone doesn't have to be an adopter of all of the technologies that are out there, it's about being aware. And people, if they're not using some of them, can learn from other people, sit down with someone and have them show you how to use some of these things.
Because that's a huge advantage that somebody young could have over somebody older. If you're an older person and you go in there and say, I have no idea what email is or a BlackBerry, that's a huge
exactly right. So again, it's about being able to discuss them. You don't have to be using all of them, but
just
being aware.
And the internet, I think, is key, because isn't that a great place to find job opportunities?
Well, it's a great place to find job opportunities, but it's not the only place. So one of the things I tell people is opportunities can be coming from all different avenues. Some of it will be online. So part of the day when someone's in a job search should be behind the computer, but some of it still comes from networking and meeting with people and doing research on companies. So it's about keeping a balanced approach to your job search.
The very first thing that you suggest people do if they're looking for work is to take a career inventory. What does that mean?
Absolutely. Sometimes people just want to update their resume and get started with the job search, but a career inventory is when you sit down and you write out all of the responsibilities that you had in every position in your career. What were the things that you had to do in your job? The second step is to write down all of the accomplishments that were associated with that position. What was I good at? Did I have sales results? Did I have awards that I won? And sometimes people will say, I can't remember what I did. And I remind them, pull out a performance appraisal that you had. It will give you some good reminders. And then the third step is to identify the skills that you had to have in order to achieve those things.
What do you do with all that information?
Well, what you do with it is you use it to write your new resume as you go forward, because it will remind you of a lot of things. And the second thing it will do is help you identify other opportunities that you're qualified for by utilizing that information as you look at job descriptions and other opportunities that you're pursuing.
And by the way, don't forget that you do have an advantage if you're older, which is experience.
That's exactly right. And sometimes people will say to me, I'm worried that I'm overqualified. And one of the things I say is, listen, pinpoint some of the experiences that you've had that lend themselves to that position. But if you're worried that you're overqualified for a position, bring that up in the interview.
Proactively, before they even mention it.
Proactively bring it up and say, you know, it may appear that I'm overqualified in this position, but let me share with you why I'm really interested in this job and why I think I'm the best person for this position.
Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly Bishop.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.